Time to get balls deep with these fun cotton ball holders and cotton swab holders. Let's go. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Like you saw, we're going to be making some cotton swab holders and cotton ball holders with these jars that we picked up at, or my friend picked up at home. Our main tool is going to be our Cricut Explorer 2 that we'll be using to make this project. We also need some permanent vinyl. That's the Cricut band. I think I got on sale at Hobby Lobby. I think this is black. It's the permanent kind. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is measure the surface that we're going to be using so we know how much real estate we're going to be using with our vinyl. So I'm doing this with one hand so I can hold the camera. So looking about, maximize our space, probably about 4.5 inches, a little over 4.5 inches height wise. And then on the width, looks like we're going to be about a little over 3 inches as well. So we're going to go ahead and get our Cricut design space. And so first thing we want to do is create a new text box. So let's text that. Okay, here it is. Okay, so our first one, just for our cotton balls, we're just gonna put in our text. And then we're gonna, maximize our jar space. So we'll get that set up, and then we want to definitely change the font to a font close to what my friend was asking for. So I've found that the skinny font, you can find this at defont.com. It's a free font that you can download. I'll link to it in the description. So let's get it roughly to the measurements that we needed. We needed 4.5, I believe, a little over 4.5 height wise, and a little over 3 inches width. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to actually unlock it so you can move the height and the width independently. So let's stretch this out just a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, that should work. All right. Then you just want to center everything, and then we'll just rinse and repeat. And we'll just do the same thing with the tip. Tap it in, get it aligned, centered, and then just get as close as you can. You want it kind of the same roughly, so that the jars are the same size. So you want the text and everything to be roughly the same size, same proportions, so it looks good when they're sitting next to each other. All right, got that done. We'll make it. I like to space out my cuts just a little bit to give me some little extra space when I'm cutting, so I have plenty of room to weave. Unlike our heat transfer vinyl, we're gonna not mirror this. We're gonna continue. It'll go ahead and connect to our Cricut Explorer 2, and then that machine's ready to go. All right, so now getting ready. Then we'll go over to our Cricut to line everything up. So roughly about 5 inches of worth of vinyl we'd have. That's gonna say give me a little room to breathe. So I do like a pre-cut and just cut right down the line. I have these fancy little lines here to help you. And look at me, I'm already starting off bad, but it's fine. All right, then we're just gonna lay our vinyl down as good as you can be. Does have it perfect because that's why you do a little bit of overlap, because the Cricut software automatically takes into account for that extra area. So just smooth out, get the rolls out the best you can. With this skinny font, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm gonna try to get as many bubbles out as I can with our scraper tool. All right, so we're good to go there. We'll move the camera so that you can see, and then what we'll do, we'll just load the the vinyl into the Cricut, excuse me. Sometimes I call it the Cricut. We'll load it. Once it's loaded and set, you'll hit go and get this thing cut. And what I like to do is I just like to cut the, we got a design made, I like to just cut them, trim them up nice so it's like, the little extra pieces I have. I'll save this other piece of vinyl, the leftover piece, for like another project that I may have that's smaller. So we'll just keep that off to the side there. Alright, and now we'll just start weeding here. Our first design, this stuff is really easy. That Cricut brand, it comes off really easily for your project. And just standard weeding. Kind of static cleans a little bit. And just finish up the P. Alright. Come on. There we go. Alright, and we'll just speed through the next one. The balls deep one. Alright, so our designs are weeded, they're ready to go. Alright, so what you want to do is your transfer paper. I like to use this Paper Studio. It's very inexpensive and it doesn't stick. It hasn't much residue. And so you just want to line up your design to see how much of the transfer paper you need. So I'll make some pre-cuts just so I can have it lined up. I'll cut one way and then I'll cut the other way. I'll just cut it out real fast. Alright, so then we get our jars that we're gonna label, and you can use like alcohol pads. I'll just use Clorox wipes, just to get any like dust or anything that could be stuck underneath the design. So I'll just get that cleaned up so it's nice. There we go. And then I'll just dry it with like a paper towel or a napkin or something. Something's not going to leave like any fibers, anything behind. So we'll take our first design and we'll get our jar here. Oh, sorry, not the jar. Our transfer paper. So you just gotta peel it loose from each other. Just gotta find a corner. There. Almost got it. Okay, and just peel it apart. And the good thing about this stuff is you can use it multiple times. You don't have to throw it away. You just put it right back on that contact strip, and it'll still be good for other projects. So I do the roll method, where I just kind of fold up on ends in the middle, and then I just kind of apply a little pressure and put it over the entirety of the design. So once you get it down, you want to apply pressure all over the design to making sure that the vinyl is making contact with the transfer paper. So you just want to use your scraper, just go over the letters. It's really good. Get it in there. You want to go as put as much pressure as you can. Just make sure you cover the letter. Sometimes people just scrape around the design, but not pressure the actual vinyl itself. So it makes it a little bit tougher when you're peeling off. Okay, that looks good. So what we'll do now, we'll just peel it off here. Oops. Didn't get that as good as I thought. Put a little bit more extra pressure on that first corner. So you always want to pull this at an angle. And so you see here, it just rolls right off of there. Pulls the vinyl off. Oh, that's gonna eat a little bit. There we go. All right, there we go. So we got our design ready to go. We'll place down our jar, and we'll line it up as closely as possible. That's why I have those grid lines to help you keep things even. And same thing, I use when it doesn't stick, I use that roll method where I put it right in the middle. I'll line it up, and then I'll roll it up and place the middle first. And then just spread it on down. Alright, rub it in. I use my scraper tool once again just to make sure I'm hitting that vinyl, covering every inch, making sure I'm going over that vinyl as good as possible. Like I said, you want to make sure that vinyl is getting that pressure applied to the surface that you're applying it to. So, this little scraper tool comes in quite handy. I use it for all sorts of things. I guess I can link to that in the description as well, so you have that. And then once you applied it, like I said, you want to always pull everything at an angle. You just pull that transfer paper right off of there. Steady, steady. And boom, there we go. First jar down. And so, like I said, we use that same transfer paper again for the same one. Get it down nice and tight. Go over all the letters. Nice. Boom. Wipe it down. Dry it. Same method. Boom. Pull off. And we're done. And so here's your first jar and your second jar, ready for cotton balls and cotton tips. So clamp my mask, close everything up, shut it down. Let's take a look at these things. All right. Boom. Nice. A little quick, easy project, not hard to do. Like I say, I'll leave the tools and equipment links in the description. And I'm pretty sure my friend will be happy with these. See you guys all next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.